So we're the Schmidts. I'm Jason Schmidt, and this is my wife, Kelly. We are from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and we have 3 boys. The oldest is Matthew. He turns 8 in September. And Ryan is the middle. He's 5. And then this is Jacob. He's not quite 3, and he's our bone marrow transplant.
Jacob, around 12 to 15 months of age, started to have a lot of problems. He was laying on me all day, almost every day, feeling terrible and having fevers, and we didn't know what was wrong with him. And so we went to see an immunologist down in Iowa City. After a year not being able to diagnose it, they sent us out here to Seattle. And then this March 2010, they diagnosed him with having a gene defect on the NEMO gene.
From the very beginning, they had mentioned some of the housing options, and one of them being Ronald McDonald House. And Kelly looked into that, and by far it was the best place for us to be for anyone that would go through this.
It's close to the hospital for visiting and going back and forth, and you have other families, so there are other kids that the kids can play with.
And it was just very easy once we were here. We could be here however long we needed to be, and it took a lot of stress off, especially when I was going back and forth between here and Iowa. To not have to worry about where Kelly was going to be really was a huge benefit to us.
Once Jacob was diagnosed and we knew the bone marrow transplant was kind of the best option for treatment for him, we did kind of pause and hesitate, because on the steroids he was doing really well, and a lot of people didn't even know he was sick. After consulting the doctors, we decided it would be best to go forward with the bone marrow transplant so that he wouldn't have to be on steroids and medicines the rest of his life.
For siblings, the chance of being a match is only 1 in 4, and as parents, it was 1 in 200. So not great chances, but we were thrilled and blessed to have found out that Matthew was a match. At the time, I think he had some questions and was concerned and nervous about what that might mean. And we just described it as he was going to give a little blood and he'd save his brother's life. The day of the operation, when they went in to harvest the bone marrow, he was very nervous. And the next day he was a little sore. But after going through it, asking him, if this didn't work and we had to do it again, how would you feel? He said, I'd do that, no problem. So he really has been a trooper and
knows the importance of it.
Yeah.
The first couple weeks in the hospital after the transplant, Jacob was just doing absolutely great. And about day 10 post-transplant, he was not doing well, a hurting unit, just in pain, uncomfortable. Couldn't really tell me what was wrong because he's only 2. It was hard. Jason wasn't here. I was out by myself. I think I spent all of one day just crying because I was so upset.
And it puts things in perspective. I just don't know if I can do what she does. It's just very difficult, and really fortunate that she is really the rock.
It's definitely a scary procedure, and you can just hope and pray for the best. And fortunately for Jacob, after a very difficult week, his system started to get better, and he started to feel better and has gradually progressed.
When people ask me, how's Jacob doing, and I tell them he's doing great, but boy, we've got it easy compared to some of the families that we've met, and obviously some of the families that have lost their children. The system that they have here in Seattle with the Ronald McDonald House and the SCCA and just the nurses, the physicians, everyone, they've taken a very difficult situation and made it manageable for us. And a lot of times they just say they're doing their job, but
But a happy face and a helping, friend means the world to you. I mean, it is your child's life.
And obviously the most important thing is the health of your kids. We really need to cherish the time that you get to spend with your kids and make sure that it's utilized well.
Well, we definitely feel the Ronald McDonald House is a very important place that really does truly make a difference. It's a security for families that, otherwise couldn't maybe afford a place to stay while their child needed treatment, whether they live far away or even close.
And the support that they get from the community is fantastic, and it makes such a big difference in the day-to-day lives of those that are staying here. Definitely encourage people to take part and support it. I know we will in the future here, as well as back in Iowa City. And giving back is wonderful because no one knows when they may be in the exact same position and needing that support.